Everyone wants to be rich. But let's be honest, how many of those who actually make it are happy? You've seen it before, millionaires with mansions and yachts who still feel empty inside. So, what if the secret to real wealth isn't just about how much money you make, but who you become while making it? In this video, we're not talking about quick hustles or get-rich-fast tricks. We're going deep into the science, psychology, and real-life strategies behind building lasting wealth and joy. By the end of this journey, you'll understand the same principles the happiest millionaires in the world live by, the ones who have time, freedom, and peace of mind. But first, I want to tell you a story about a man who made $10 million by age 35 and nearly lost it all because he misunderstood one simple truth about wealth. Stay with me, because this story might change how you see success forever. Daniel was the kind of man everyone envied. By 35, he had built a multi-million-dollar business, drove luxury cars, and lived in a mansion overlooking the city. People called him lucky, but they didn't see the years of sleepless nights, the constant hustle, the pressure to stay on top. He told himself that once he made enough money, he'd finally relax, finally be happy. But when the money came, the peace never did. Instead, Daniel found himself anxious, paranoid, and disconnected from the people who mattered most. One evening, while staring at his reflection in the glass wall of his penthouse, he realized something painful. He had built wealth, but not a life. His relationships were broken, his health was failing, and his days had no joy, only deadlines. That night, Daniel made a decision that would change everything. He would rebuild his life, not around money, but around meaning. And the first step? Understanding the difference between riches and wealth. Most people chase money, thinking it will buy them freedom. But true wealth isn't just about how much you earn, it's about how long you can live the life you love without working for it. The rich work for money. The wealthy make money work for them. Daniel learned this the hard way. His businesses made millions, but his expenses grew just as fast. He owned everything, but nothing owned value. His cars, his house, even his watch were all liabilities disguised as success. Then he met an old mentor who told him one sentence that stuck forever. If your lifestyle depends on your paycheck, you're not wealthy, you're trapped in a golden cage. That hit Daniel like lightning. He realized he needed to shift from income-focused thinking to asset-focused thinking, to stop chasing luxury and start building legacy. True wealth, his mentor said, is measured in time and peace of mind. Daniel's mentor introduced him to a concept that changed everything: the 4 pillars of lasting wealth. These weren't secrets from a billionaire's playbook, but timeless principles followed by anyone who wanted true abundance and happiness. 1. Financial freedom. Build assets that pay you while you sleep. Real estate, investments, businesses. Money should flow to you, not just from you. 2. Health wealth. You can't enjoy millions if your body breaks down. Daniel learned to treat his health like his most important investment. Daily exercise, proper rest, and mental peace became non-negotiable. 3. Relationship capital. The people around you can multiply your happiness or drain it. True wealth includes having a circle that supports, inspires, and challenges you to grow. 4. Purpose and peace. Without meaning, wealth becomes empty. Daniel found that doing what he loved, helping others, gave him a sense of fulfillment money never could. He finally understood, wealth isn't a number, it's balance. Daniel's mentor once said, "You don't attract wealth, you become someone who deserves it." That single sentence flipped everything Daniel believed about success. Most people chase opportunities without changing the way they think. They want the lifestyle of a millionaire but keep the habits of the average person. Daniel realized he had to rebuild his mindset before rebuilding his bank account. He began with 3 major shifts. 1. From scarcity to abundance. He stopped saying, "I can't afford it," and started asking, "How can I afford it?" He trained his brain to look for possibilities, not limits. 2. From consumer to creator. Instead of spending money to look rich, he began creating things that produced income: courses, partnerships, and assets. 3. From instant gratification to long-term vision. Daniel learned that true wealth takes time. He stopped chasing quick profits and started planting seeds that would grow for years. His income didn't just rise, his mind expanded. Once Daniel shifted his mindset, his daily habits began to change quietly but powerfully. He learned that wealth isn't built in a day, it's built in your routine. The difference between an average life and an extraordinary one often lies in the small, invisible choices you make every morning. Here are the habits that transformed his life. 1. Morning mastery. He stopped waking up to chaos and started his day with clarity meditation, gratitude, and a clear list of 3 priorities. No endless scrolling, no distractions. 2. Learning over entertainment. For every hour he spent relaxing, he spent another learning, reading business biographies, listening to finance podcasts, studying markets. 3. Networking with intention. He surrounded himself with people who were smarter, more disciplined, and more focused. Iron sharpens iron. 4. Discipline over motivation. When motivation faded, routine carried him. He worked on his goals even when he didn't feel like it, and that's where most people fail. Wealth, Daniel realized, is not a miracle. It's a system. Daniel's mentor once told him, "A man with one income is one step away from disaster." That warning stayed in his mind. He realized that relying on a single paycheck, even a big one, was like standing on one leg. The moment something went wrong, everything could collapse. So he began to build what the wealthy call income layers. 1. Active income, his main business, the one that paid the bills. 2. Passive income, investments that worked while he slept, stocks, rental properties, and digital assets. 3. Scalable income, projects that could grow without him being there, online courses, automated systems, and royalties. At first, each stream was small, but together they created stability. When one slowed down, the others kept flowing. The beauty of this system was freedom. Daniel no longer had to work, he chose to. His time became his most valuable currency. He understood that true wealth isn't built by working harder, but by building smarter. It's one thing to become rich, it's another to stay rich. Daniel soon discovered that many who rise to wealth eventually lose it not because of bad luck, but because of bad discipline. He studied stories of lottery winners, influencers, and even business moguls who lost everything. The pattern was always the same: ego, emotion, and excess. 1. Ego. They believed their success made them invincible. They stopped learning, stopped listening, and started spending. 2. Emotion. They made big financial decisions based on fear or excitement, buying when markets were high, selling when scared. 3. Excess. The more they earned, the more they spent, as if wealth was a trophy to display, not a foundation to protect. Daniel refused to repeat those mistakes. He built safety nets, emergency funds, insurance, and trusted advisors. Most importantly, he stayed humble. He treated wealth not as a destination, but as a responsibility. Because the moment you think you've made it is the moment you start losing it. For years, Daniel had believed money was the key to happiness, but once he finally had it, he discovered something most people never learn: happiness and wealth are not the same currency. He met millionaires who were miserable and middle-class families who radiated peace. That contradiction haunted him, so he began studying the psychology of fulfillment. What he found changed him forever. 1. Purpose beats possessions. The joy from buying fades fast, but the joy from creating something meaningful lasts a lifetime. 2. Giving multiplies happiness. When Daniel started donating, helping young entrepreneurs, and supporting causes he cared about, he felt richer than ever. 3. Gratitude amplifies abundance. He began ending each day listing 3 things he was thankful for. The more grateful he became, the more success seemed to follow. He realized the truth: money is a tool, not the destination. It can buy comfort, yes, but not contentment. Real wealth begins where peace of mind starts. Daniel's journey had come full circle, from a man chasing wealth to one creating it with purpose. He finally understood that getting rich isn't about luck, inheritance, or even intelligence. It's about alignment between mindset, action, and meaning. Here's what he learned, the formula anyone can follow. 1. Master your mindset. Train your thoughts to seek opportunity, not excuses. Your outer world will always reflect your inner one. 2. Build before you buy. Invest in assets that create income before spending on things that lose value. Delay the gratification, enjoy the freedom later. 3. Protect what you grow. Diversify, save, insure, and plan. Wealth is fragile without structure. 4. Live with purpose. Use your money to build impact for your family, your community, your legacy. That's the ultimate form of wealth. Daniel didn't just become rich, he became free. And that's the secret. True wealth isn't measured in millions, it's measured in meaning. If this story inspired you, don't just scroll away, act on it. Every millionaire you've ever admired started with one small decision: the choice to learn, grow, and take control of their future. Hit that subscribe button to join a community built on self-mastery, wealth creation, and purpose-driven success. Turn on notifications so you never miss the lessons that can change your mindset and your bank account forever. And before you go, drop a comment below. What's your definition of real wealth? Is it freedom, family, peace, or legacy? I want to know, because at the end of the day, money fades, but wisdom compounds. This isn't the end of the story, it's your beginning. So take what you've learned, apply it, and remember, you don't just get rich, you become the kind of person who deserves it.